Today, we bring you an incredibly heartwarming story that showcases the unbreakable bond between a lost dog and a kind-hearted celebrity, one that is sure to tug at your heartstrings and remind you why love and loyalty are the most precious treasures in life. Hey everyone, before we dive into this touching tale, we want to hear from you. Have you ever rescued a pet or formed a special bond with an animal? Share your story in the comments below. We love reading your heartfelt experiences. And if you're not already part of our community, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust us, you don't want to miss out on more inspiring stories like this one. In the bustling heart of Los Angeles, a scruffy little dog named Charlie wandered the streets, searching for solace. He had been lost for 3 days, his heart heavy with confusion and fear. With tattered fur, matted and stained from months of living on the streets, he was not just a dog looking for food, he was a soul yearning for love and belonging. Charlie's journey began when the family that had once cherished him went through turmoil. A young boy named Ben adored Charlie, their bond inseparable. But when Ben's parents had to move due to financial struggles, they decided to leave Charlie behind. Devastated by this betrayal, the dog escaped and ran away from the new house, roaming the streets that were unfamiliar and overwhelming. He had experienced pain and heartbreak, but it was on the 3rd day, exhausted and half-starved, that fate intervened. Stumbling down a quieter street, he caught sight of a house that was like a beacon among the dull and dreary cityscape. It was modest yet charming, with a wooden porch adorned by a collection of potted plants. And there, at the door, Charlie glimpsed a man who had always been his hero from the silver screen. He was tall, with warm, kind eyes and a gentle demeanor. It was none other than Keanu Reeves. At that moment, as Charlie hesitated on the sidewalk, Keanu stepped out of his home, a steaming cup of coffee in hand. Instinctively, Charlie felt an unmistakable pull towards this gentle giant. With courage that surprised him, he approached the porch, his tail giving a weak wag. And as if reading the urgency in the little dog's eyes, Keanu knelt down, his face softening with compassion. "Hey there, little buddy. Where did you come from?" He spoke gently, his voice a soothing balm to Charlie's aching heart. Charlie, too weak and famished to bark or run, slowly approached. The kindness reflected in Keanu's eyes was irresistible, igniting the tiniest flicker of hope within him. With trembling legs, he made his way to the man's feet, flopping down in surrender, yearning for the warmth he hadn't felt in days. Keanu bent down, setting his coffee aside. He carefully examined Charlie, discerning the scruffiness and the signs of neglect. Without hesitation, he picked up the trembling dog, cradling him against his chest. "Let me get you something to eat, buddy," he said softly, carrying Charlie inside the house. The warmth of the interior wrapped around Charlie as he was laid gently on a plush rug. Keanu hurried into the kitchen, returning with a bowl of food and fresh water. The little dog devoured the meal with urgency. The enormity of Charlie's gratitude flashed in his large, expressive eyes as he looked up at Keanu, who smiled, his own heart swelling at the sight. As days turned into weeks, Charlie grew stronger under Keanu's care. He transformed from a lost soul to a spirited companion, becoming an inseparable part of Keanu's life. The famous actor, known for his roles in beloved films, found joy in their shared moments, walks in the park, lazy afternoons on the couch, and quiet evenings where the world outside seemed far away. Keanu often took Charlie with him to navigate the hustle and bustle of his celebrity life. They'd stroll through quiet streets, drawing smiles from passers-by who loved seeing the two together. Charlie was drawn out of his shell, his eyes now sparkling with life. He loved the adventures they embarked on, new smells, the thrill of chasing after squirrels, and the comfort of Keanu's soothing presence. As the days passed, a curious bond formed, a bond that started to heal the heartbreak both of them had faced. Keanu found solace in Charlie's loyalty, while the little dog basked in the warmth of a love he thought he'd never find again. Their life together was sweet and simple. Keanu often whipped up meals, sharing bits of meat with Charlie, who eagerly awaited those morsels with sparkling eyes. Despite the glitz of Hollywood surrounding them, the real treasure lay in the quiet moments. In the evenings, they would curl up together on the couch, Keanu watching movies while Charlie snuggled into the crook of his arm, every so often letting out a soft snore that melted Keanu's heart. He often felt like the luckiest man alive, not due to fame or fortune, but because he had found a companion who understood him, someone to share his day-to-day joys with. Their routine included a visit to the local dog park every weekend, where Charlie unleashed his energy bounding after balls and trailing after other dogs. There, Keanu would sit on a bench, smiling as he watched the petite dog dance through the grass, radiating joy. One particularly sunny Saturday afternoon while they played fetch, Charlie spotted a bull rolling into a nearby thicket. As he scampered off, his energetic movements were abruptly interrupted by the barks of dogs that had gathered around. Curious, Keanu got up and walked over, watching as Charlie made new friends. Among the playful barks and wagging tails, Keanu noticed another dog watching Charlie from a distance, its eyes filled with longing. This dog, a beautiful golden retriever named Max, had an undeniable spark about him. Seeing the connection between the two dogs brought a smile to Keanu's face. A few moments later, Max's owner approached and they struck up a conversation. A fellow dog lover, she shared how Max had been feeling lonely since losing his previous companion. The bond that blossomed between their dogs signaled the beginning of a beautiful friendship, a connection that reflected the very essence of companionship. As the months wore on, Keanu and Charlie established a routine that resonated deeply with them both. Charlie would wait patiently by the door whenever Keanu was due to return from filming, filled with excitement to greet him. Keanu had grown fond of how Charlie's tail would beat like a metronome as soon as he heard the sound of his key in the lock. One autumn evening, while they lounged on the couch, a phone call interrupted their tranquility. Keanu had received a voice message from his agent, reminding him of an upcoming awards show, the Oscars, a night that might change everything for him once again. The anticipation of accolades momentarily pulled him away from the warmth of his little sanctuary, yet he quickly returned to the present, leaning down to pet Charlie, who sensed his owner's distraction. "Don't worry, buddy, we'll always have each other," he reassured Charlie, planting a gentle kiss atop his head. As the Oscars approached, Keanu spent more hours preparing for his speech, balancing rehearsals with moments cherished with Charlie. They would go on late-night walks, with Keanu practicing the speech and Charlie prancing happily beside him. As the evening arrived, while Keanu slipped into his tailored suit, Charlie roamed around excitedly, sensing the shift in energy. Even with a life filled with glitz, Keanu knew his true joy lay at home with Charlie. The night dazzled with shimmering lights and elegant dresses. Keanu felt a tightness in his chest as he watched from the sidelines, knowing that the moment he had worked so hard for was finally here. As he awaited his turn to speak, his thoughts drifted back home, consciousness wrapped in the memories of Charlie eagerly welcoming him every night. When he stood before the audience, the lights blaring around him, Keanu took a deep breath, gathering himself. "Tonight, I want to talk about more than just my journey in this industry. I want to talk about love, loyalty, and friendship, something that can mean everything. The purest love is found in the most unexpected places, just like how I found my best friend, Charlie." The applause thundered across the venue, but Keanu's mind was still tethered to home. Charlie, waiting patiently for his return, was etched in his heart, bringing the warmth he so desperately needed amidst the red carpet frenzy. However, shortly after the ceremony, just as the highs of success washed over him, tragedy struck. Charlie fell ill. Keanu was in the middle of enjoying a celebratory dinner when his phone rang. It was his vet, and the grave tone of the voice sent a surge of dread through him. In an instant, the world around him faded as he rushed through the door, a heavy weight settling in his heart. He sped toward the clinic, mentally retracing every moment he had spent with Charlie, their sunny days, the peaceful evenings, every wagging tail and happy bark. When he reached the veterinary clinic, the reality of his fear became tangible. Charlie was in a haze, lying pathetically on the examination table. The vet explained that Charlie had a severe infection complicated by his past trauma. Keanu's heart dropped as tears welled in his eyes. "Please," he whispered, clutching Charlie's paw. "I can't lose you, buddy." Every fibre of his being vibrated with intense grief. Keanu decided then and there to remain by Charlie's side, no matter the cost. He spent countless hours at the clinic, sharing whispered encouragement and tender moments, letting Charlie know he wouldn't be left alone. Time felt suspended. The world outside faded to a mere murmur as he held the little dog close. Days turned into nights, and Keanu immersed himself completely in the task of caring for Charlie. The vet's words weighed heavily on his heart, but he clung to every sign of improvement. He read aloud, played soft music, and told stories of their adventures to remind Charlie of the love they shared. In those dimly lit moments at the clinic, a newfound realization emerged. The battle they were fighting was not just for Charlie's life, but for the bond that had changed both of them forever. Keanu marveled at how love could manifest in such powerful ways, binding them together through life's most turbulent storms. And then, just when the darkness seemed overwhelming, a glimmer of hope appeared. Charlie began to show signs of recovery. The first wag of his tail made Keanu's heart soar once more. It was a small movement, but it brought unexpected joy. The day Charlie was cleared to leave the clinic marked a victory, not just for Charlie, but for the journey they'd undertaken together. When they returned home, Keanu knelt down, pulling Charlie into an embrace. "You made it, buddy. We made it." After everything they had gone through, tears of relief and joy mixed, the moment cementing their bond even closer. Back in the safety of their home, the atmosphere was filled with warmth and love. Charlie, although still recovering, seemed rejuvenated, lavished with affection from his doting owner. Keanu prepared homemade meals, ensuring Charlie was on the path to full recovery. The everyday mundane turned into small celebrations. Each wag of Charlie's tail brought laughter, and every bark echoed joy through the house. Their lives resumed, and once again, they would curl up together, falling into an easy routine. One night, as they lounged on the couch, Keanu strummed his guitar softly. Charlie curled up against his side, listening intently, as if soaking in the familiar sounds. The music floated through the air, wrapping around them like a cozy blanket. "Hey Charlie, how about a little song?" Keanu said, glancing down at the little dog. And as he began to play, Charlie's ears perked up, listening carefully, bringing absolute calm to the room. Months passed, and the two continued to share countless adventures. They explored new parks, dove into new escapades, and even made friends with other dog owners who had embraced both Keanu and Charlie as part of their community. Their lives were filled with cherished moments, and although Keanu was busy with work, he made sure to prioritize time with Charlie. They traveled to film locations together, their bond growing stronger with each passing experience. In the evenings, they would sit on the porch under a canopy of stars, sharing the calm after a day filled with laughter. Charlie would cuddle next to him, and in those moments, Keanu found a sense of belonging transcending even the most glamorous settings. One sunny afternoon, they found themselves at the beach, the golden sand stretching across the horizon. It had taken a while, but Charlie was finally comfortable enough to experience the vastness of the world again. As water lapped at the shore, Charlie dashed excitedly toward the waves, barking happily. Keanu stood back, watching him frolic, wondering how a little beast could bring such immense joy to his life. The sight made him realize just how much they had both healed. Their journey was rooted in companionship, the love of a lost soul finding its way back home. Days turned into seasons, and soon it was winter. The holidays brought a special magic into their lives as they prepared for a season of celebration together. At the heart of it all was the commitment to ensure they continued to create lasting memories, mending the wounds of the past and celebrating the love they had found. Keanu decorated their modest home with twinkling lights and cozy ornaments, often looking down at Charlie, who hopped excitedly around, exploring each new addition. They shared simple traditions, baking treats, cozied up evenings by the glowing fireplace, and quiet mornings filled with love. As Christmas approached, Keanu wrapped a small present for Charlie, his heart filled with anticipation. On Christmas morning, as the sunlight streamed in, he sat on the floor, watching excitedly as Charlie unwrapped his gift, a plush toy resembling a reindeer. The joy of the holidays filled their home, and as Keanu watched Charlie bounce around with his new toy, slivers of happiness filled the air. It was a blend of laughter and affection, a celebration of life itself, the realization that love could blossom in the most unexpected places, carrying them far beyond their initial journeys. As filming commenced, Keanu would often reflect on the journey that had led him to this moment. The challenges they overcame had not defined them. Instead, they had strengthened the bond they shared. When he spoke to the cast and crew about the importance of companionship and love during one of the filming breaks, he noticed Charlie curled up near him, soaking up the affection emanating from everyone in the room. In the days leading up to the film's release, Charlie became more than just an inspiration. He was a driving force that reminded everyone of the importance of connection, and no bond was more sacred than that between a human and their pet. As the premiere drew near, Keanu knew he wanted to share this moment with Charlie. He rented a small theatre, filled with friends, family, and fellow pet lovers, screening the film while ensuring Charlie received the acknowledgement he deserved. When the film concluded and the credits rolled, Keanu stood alongside Charlie, tears of joy welling in his eyes as applause erupted throughout the theatre. He took a moment to breathe in the love that surrounded them and felt it resonating deeply within. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this moment. This film is not just about pets, it's about the love and connections we share, and I owe everything to this little guy right here, who taught me the meaning of loyalty and love when I needed it the most. He gestured toward Charlie, who wagged his tail in delight. With tears in his eyes, Keanu took a step back, and moments later, the audience erupted into laughter and applause. Through it all, Charlie stood proudly beside him, embracing the attention with unfiltered joy. The film was a success, capturing the hearts of audiences everywhere. Behind the scenes, the story made waves, igniting conversations about animal welfare, love, and timeless companionship. Academics, advocates, and enthusiasts alike shared the impact of Keanu and Charlie's journey, sparking movements dedicated to raising awareness about pet adoption and the importance of rescuing pets left behind. As the whirlwind of success quelled, Keanu took a moment to reflect on how far they had come. Charlie had not just found his way to a new home, he had become a symbol of hope for countless others. The wounds inflicted by being lost transformed into a heartwarming tale of resilience that inspired those around them. The seasons changed, and as time flowed gracefully on, Keanu and Charlie continued to build their life together, a life filled with laughter, healing, and a sense of security that brought them both home. In a world often defined by fame and fortune, they cherished the quiet moments spent together. Their love, an intricate tapestry woven through shared struggles, laughter, and unwavering loyalty, stood as a testament to the power of connection, a reminder that every lost soul has the potential to find its way home, especially when love leads the way. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. If this story resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales that celebrate the love between humans and animals. Let's spread the love together.